Good day, one and all. My name is Kathy, and welcome to this episode of the Scrap and Crafty Gardener. In yesterday's video of my GinaK Designs haul, I kind of asked people which of the products that I received yesterday did you want me to work with, and the Ornate Birds is the one that got the most votes. But don't worry, I'm going to be using all the other products this coming weekend into next week, most likely. So I'm going to start with Ornate Birds, and I watched a little bit of GinaK last night and how she did some inking on her bird. And I want to do that. But I've decided on a plain black, white, and gray card. And it's going to be a thank you card. Normally, I think of black, white, and gray as a sympathy card or a wedding card. But I kind of want this to be just black, white, and gray. So I've chosen... I also am using my new Master Layouts 13 and my old Master Layouts 8 for the design pieces. My card is my usual 5x7. This measures 10 inches by 7 inches. I scored it at the 5-inch mark, folded it, creased it with my bone folder, scissors handle, whatever you have to crease with. And then I'm going full GinaK using the layouts. This piece of black measures 4 3/8 by 6 3/8, and I cut the center piece out of it, so because you're not going to see this. And then I have the stitched white background, which measures 4 1/2 by 6 1/2, and then I have the black piece I cut out of the center. This measures 1 3/4 by 5.125 inches. And then the white stitched piece, which will go on top of that, measures 1.625 inches by 5 inches. And I pulled out the old GinaK Harvest Flourish stencil. She used that last night, but it's also one of my favorites. So I'm going to get started. And I'm going to do a little bit of the stenciling, but I'm only going to do the stenciling, and we might as well start on that now. On this little piece, that's the only thing that's going to be stenciled. I have got an idea in my mind. You and I will both see together whether this works out or not. And I only brought out my small waffle flower grip mat. This is a 6x6. Because that's all I need. However, I do need my washi tape because I don't want the stencil to go into the stitched. Doesn't matter what size washi tape you use or masking magic perhaps. I just happen to have this. I'm not particularly fond of the color or the design, so it's not something I would use. It came in a package with other washi tapes that I did like. You can have this be wider. It just needs to cover the stitched edge. I don't want the stitches to get ink in them. And if you don't have a grip mat, you can use your washi tape or masking magic to tape this down to your work surface to stencil on. All right. Now that's going to go over here, and I'm going to do this. I'm going with light grays. I have chosen soft stone, slate, and black onyx. And I'm going to use the soft stone for stenciling. I want to grab a piece of scrap paper here. Just to see if I have any. No, there's no gray left on there, so that's a good thing. And I just want this to be light. I don't want it to be dark. Just a very, very faint design to the background. So I'm not pressing at all. I'm just gliding over the top. And I'm just going to lift up the corner to see if that's enough. And that is perfect. All right, and I'll set this aside to wash later. Okay, so I'm done with stenciling. And I'm just going to clean this off with a little bit of water. And my anti-fuzzy wash rag here. Put the plastic back on and set that aside. Oh, I did set some other rhinestones over here just in case. Now, these two are going to get glued together, and I can do that now. But I'm not done with this piece, so I don't know exactly what is going to go on it yet. I do know I can glue these two pieces together. I am going to stamp on this, but that's okay, having these two layers. I'll just leave the middle unglued. Just to line that up. Make sure I don't have any glue showing. If I do, I'm just going to cover that. So I'll just grab a wet wipe here and I just don't want to get the glue on my grip mat. Okay, now, traditionally, I would put this over here, but I want to put it over here. And I'm going to, instead of centering it, I'm going to slide it up. I'm going to get out my Misty stamping platform just to kind of give me an idea. And I'm going to, let's see, I want to use these because I want to kind of put them like that. Now I haven't used these stamps, so they'll all need conditioned. But what I want to do is put one like this, and then one will be in the middle, but I'm going to just do the top and then the bottom first so that I can see where this is going to go. Now, since these are factory fresh, you do want to rub off the top coating that comes on from the factory. Otherwise, you won't get a good clean stamp. And you can use your finger. They have special erasers for that. Now, I'm going to stamp this in Slate, which is a dark gray, almost black. That looks good. So I'm just going to clean this off. Actually, I'm going to put the water on my rag because I don't want to have too much water on my stamping platform window so that this will slide around. I'm going to put this back just so I can see. And I want that to go there, and then this should fit right in there nicely. So I can actually do these two at the same time. All right, and this one was not conditioned. And see, that slipped a little because I did get some water on my platform, even though I tried not to. Gonna go back again with the slate. That looks perfect. One stamping. Okay. Close enough. Now I just need another piece of white that I am going to stamp my bird and whatever sentiment I chose. So let's see. I do want a bird. No. Yes, I want this bird on here. So I'm going to stamp this bird. And I believe I want to put thankful for all you do. And I believe these all have die cuts. Let's make sure before if they don't have die cuts, I'll have to figure out something else. Okay, so this is the die cut for this bird. Thankful. All right, I'll set my die cuts up here. And for all you do. Yes, thankful for all you do. All right, good. They both have die cuts. Okay, now I'm just going to condition these. Fingers work great. You just have to rub off a light coating. Now, I'm just going to do the thankful for all you do. I'm going to do that in plain black. I better put the ink on here. May have to stamp this twice. Yes. And Gina did note on her live stream last night that the thankful, the T, does have an open loop at the top. It's not meant to be closed. If you want it closed, you could fill it in with a Sharpie or a marker of some sort. All right, I'm going to just set these over here. Well, not set them over here. I'm just going to put them right back on. Okay, now for the bird. I am going to stamp it in Slate, which is that dark, almost black. And didn't get all the ink off the stamp right there. I'll stamp that one more time. Okay, I don't know. I might have to stamp him again in the lighter color. This may not show. I'm going to take the black Onyx. Now, I don't have the cubes like Gina does. So she just took some black and like hit or miss it on certain spots. It may not show. I might have to do this in Slate. Yeah, that doesn't show. So let's stamp the bird again. And I think I've saved enough room on here that I can, let me see. Yes, it'll fit right there. So I'm going to stamp that in a soft stone then. And do that a couple of times. And then I don't think I'm going to use black. I think I'm going to use the Slate for the inking colors. Yes, okay. All right, now with the Slate, I'm going to put a little bit on his back, his beak and his paws, and a little bit there. Let's see how this looks. All right, I think I want a little bit more on the top of the wing here. Okay, I like that. All right. Now, sorry for the hand movements. I was searching for my water, which was sitting right there, but do you ever have something right in front of you and you don't see it? Okay. All right, now I'm going to die cut these out. I still need my stamping platform because I want to do a little bit more stamping. Okay. Oh dear, sounds like I have a cricket that got in the basement. They like to live in my garage, but they seem to have found their way to the basement. I have an attached garage, so it's not too difficult for them to find their way right into the basement. All right, cut these out. Look at that cute little bird. I'm glad I watched her live last night for the technique on the coloring. All right, now I want to put the bird on here. I'm just kind of placing it now. Pardon me. I'm not so sure. I think I want to do that stamp in a different color, the thankful part. Let me try it navy blue. Got blue denim in the navy. Let me just grab another piece from my scratch pile here. Not really scratch, but it's to have at hand for stamping. Get the thankful stamp. And I'll stamp it in both colors to see which one I like the best. This is blue denim, because the ones I don't use, I can layer behind. That's pretty. All right. And now we'll do in the navy. Ooh, that's a juicy pad. Guess I haven't used that one yet. Ah, blue denim it is. I don't like the dark of the in the navy for this card. But I will cut both of these out. There we go. We'll start with the one I am not using first. Or the one I am using first, I mean. I think that'll just add a little extra color and might guide me with my bling color choices. So I have that one cut out. Now I'll turn and I'll cut out the one I'm not using, and it won't matter if I have it right on because this is going to be layered behind. Okay. Now comes the time to see if I like the blue on the card. And yes, I do. Okay. So I'm going to take these and just glue these together, and I'll use them as layering. No sense of throwing it away when it can serve a purpose. All right, that was so those can go there. Okay, I think I have my placement. So let me put the card together and then see what I need for bling. All right. Put this one down. I thought it was kind of interesting that everyone was picking the bird stamps for me to do today, and then that's the one Gina used on her card last night. It was just kind of like, oh, okay. Now, my scissors, there we are. Right where they're supposed to be. I'm just popping this up with, this is an 1/8 of an inch thick, if that, foam tape. It's a 1/2 inch wide. Now this is going to go up towards the top. Okay, now, thankful, I want to put here, I'm going to glue this edge flat, but I'm going to use my thin foam strips so that it's not sticking up in the air and just hanging in the nether region there. Never, never land. I don't want this to show from the other side. So I'm just going to cut a few little tiny right there. Getting the covers off the tiny ones, it can be tricky at times. And the same for the for all you do. So I'm going to put this behind for and all. Because if you don't put something behind the end that sticks up, it's just going to be floating and flapping in the breeze. Oh, I didn't take the cover off. Okay. Now the bird. I'm going to put a little bit of this. Actually, I'm just going to use a round dot. I've got some round dots. I'll just put one behind his head. And then glue the body down. Okay, now for bling. I had some iridescent rhinestones, but I'm thinking if I get a blue alcohol ink marker, let's see, I'll pull out a couple different colors of blue here, because you can't always tell what they're going to look like on the rhinestones. And I kind of want them to coordinate with this, Thankful, which needs a little block on it. Had it earlier. Oh, that was one from yesterday. Just sit there. Now I'll try a couple. That would be nice, but let's see. That's not the one I want. Well, I like the bigger end for coloring my rhinestones. Ooh. All right, I'm liking this one better than that one. Okay, this one's the winner. This is B953 Napoleon Blue. So, all right, let's put some, I'll do maybe, I'll color 7, but I won't use 7. One more. No, that's too planned out. There. Now the bird does need a little bling, as usual. I'm going to take my clear Wink Stella and go gently over the bird, because with the this ink, it is water reactive. So I don't want to smear my design, though it's been dry for a while, that it shouldn't smear. Okay, that's my card for today using the Ornate birds. I will be doing several more in different styles and colors. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.